There's something about her, something that makes people turn their heads when she walks into a room. It's not just her looks, not just the way she carries herself, but an energy, a presence, a magnetism that seems effortless. And the truth is, she doesn't even try to be attractive, it simply radiates from her. You see, real attraction is not about being perfect. It's not about looking like a magazine cover or chasing validation. No, true attractiveness is something deeper, something unshakable. It's in the way she moves, in the way she speaks, in the way she makes others feel. It's in the way she knows who she is and refuses to be anything else. True attraction comes from within. It's not something that can be forced, faked, or bought. It's an energy, a presence, a quiet but undeniable power that radiates from the core of who you are. When a woman is truly attractive, it's not because of the clothes she wears, the way she styles her hair, or the makeup she applies. It's because of something deeper, something unshakable that lives inside of her. It's a kind of confidence that doesn't come from the outside world, but from the way she sees herself, from the way she understands her worth. There's a reason why some women walk into a room and immediately turn heads without even trying. It's not about perfection. It's not about having the most symmetrical face or the most flawless features. It's about presence. It's about an unspoken magnetism that draws people in, making them feel something even if they can't explain it. Some women might spend their entire lives chasing beauty, thinking that if they just looked a certain way, they would finally feel confident, finally feel wanted. But the truth is, confidence doesn't come from beauty, it comes from confidence. A woman who truly believes in herself, who walks with certainty, who speaks with conviction, is infinitely more attractive than someone who constantly doubts herself, no matter how physically beautiful she may be. This is why some of the most captivating women in history weren't just admired for their looks, but for the way they carried themselves, the way they made others feel, the way they left an imprint on the people who met them. Attraction is energy. It's an aura, a vibration, a frequency that speaks before words are even exchanged. The most attractive women understand this. They don't waste their time seeking external validation because they know that attraction isn't something that can be begged for. It's something that happens naturally when you step into your power. When a woman believes in her own worth, it changes the way she moves. It changes the way she speaks. It changes the way she interacts with the world. She no longer feels the need to shrink herself, to apologize for taking up space, to constantly seek approval. She exists in a state of certainty, knowing that she is enough just as she is. This kind of self-assurance makes people take notice. It creates an unspoken curiosity, a fascination, a desire to understand what it is about her that feels so different. And the most powerful part, she's not even trying, she's simply being. There's something incredibly attractive about a woman who isn't desperate for attention, who doesn't need to be the loudest person in the room, who doesn't feel the need to prove herself. Instead, she allows her energy to do the speaking for her. Some people believe that attraction is all about luck, about having the right features, the right genetics. But that's a lie. Attraction is something that comes from within. It's shaped by the way you see yourself, by the way you carry yourself, by the energy you choose to bring into every space you enter. A woman who truly understands her worth doesn't need to announce it, people can feel it. She walks differently with grace and purpose. She speaks with intention, with meaning. She listens fully, making others feel seen and valued. When a woman is deeply connected to herself, when she is truly at peace with who she is, she becomes magnetic. People are drawn to her not because she is trying to impress them, but because there is something undeniable about the way she moves through the world. She doesn't need validation to feel whole. She doesn't need attention to feel worthy. And ironically, this very detachment from external approval is what makes her even more attractive. She doesn't chase, she attracts. She doesn't beg, she chooses. And because she is whole within herself, she doesn't fear losing people. She understands that those who are meant for her will naturally be drawn to her, and those who aren't will fade away. She does not compromise her essence to fit into someone else's expectations because she knows that the right people will appreciate her exactly as she is. Attraction isn't about being liked by everyone. It's about standing so confidently in who you are that you become unforgettable to the right people. A woman who understands this doesn't waste time questioning her worth. She knows that she is valuable, not because someone else tells her she is, but because she has already decided it for herself. And that decision, that belief in herself, that is what makes her truly attractive. A highly attractive woman does not seek validation or chase attention because she already recognizes her own value. She does not need constant reminders from the world to know that she is worthy, desirable, or important. She understands that real confidence is not built on compliments, likes, or external praise, but on an unshakable belief in herself. She does not rely on the approval of others to feel good about herself because she has already given herself that approval. And that is what makes her different. That is what makes her stand out. Most people spend their lives searching for validation, hoping that someone will notice them, appreciate them, and tell them that they are enough. They seek approval in relationships and social media, in their careers, believing that their worth is something that must be confirmed by the outside world. But a woman who truly understands her value does not live like that. She does not need to chase attention, and she does not need to prove herself to anyone. She is not moved by temporary praise because she is rooted in something deeper. She knows that external validation is fleeting. One day people admire you, and the next they forget about you. If her confidence were built on the opinions of others, she would be constantly shifting, constantly seeking, never feeling whole. But she does not allow her worth to be determined by the changing moods of the world. She defines it for herself. This is why she carries herself differently. She does not try to impress. She simply exists in a way that is undeniably powerful. People notice her not because she demands attention, but because she does not need it. There is a quiet, effortless confidence about her, an energy that makes others curious. They wonder what it is about her that feels so different. It is the way she moves, the way she speaks, the way she does not look around for reassurance because she has already given herself all the reassurance she needs. She is not desperate to be seen because she already sees herself. She does not play games to make people like her. She does not adjust her personality to fit, and she does not lower her standards just to be accepted. She walks into a room knowing that she belongs not because others tell her she does, but because she believes it. She understands that true attraction comes from within, and because she's already validated herself, people naturally gravitate toward her. She has no need to chase. She does not pursue people, attention, or love out of insecurity. She knows that what is meant for her will come to her. She trusts that the right people will recognize her value without her having to prove it. She does not beg for time, for love, or for recognition. And this is what makes her even more attractive. There is something undeniably powerful about a woman who does not need to be chosen in order to feel valuable. A woman who does not seek validation is a woman who stands in her own power. She is not afraid of being alone because she enjoys her own company. She does not seek relationships to feel whole because she already feels complete. When she enters a relationship, she does so from a place of abundance, not lack. She does not need love, she chooses it. She does not settle for attention when she deserves respect. She does not lower her standards just to feel wanted. She does not engage in situations that make her feel small because she understands that she was never meant to shrink herself to fit into someone else's world. She was meant to stand tall, to take up space, to exist fully and unapologetically. Because she does not need validation, she is not easily influenced by external pressures. She does not change who she is to be accepted. She does not follow trends just to stay relevant. She does not mold herself into someone else's idea of beauty, success, or desirability. She remains true to herself, and this authenticity is what makes her unforgettable. Her presence is strong because she is not seeking anything from anyone. She does not enter a room wondering if people will like her. She already likes herself. She does not engage in conversations to be admired. She speaks because she has something meaningful to say. She does not love to be loved in return. She loves because it is simply who she is. And that is why she is so attractive, because she is whole on her own, because she does not need to be told. She is enough. She already knows it. She commands respect without demanding it. It's not because she raises her voice, asserts dominance, or forces others to acknowledge her presence. It's because she carries herself in a way that naturally earns respect. She doesn't have to prove her worth to anyone. And that is what makes her stand out. The moment she walks into a room, there is something different about her, something that makes people take notice, something that makes them instinctively treat her with a level of admiration that is not forced but freely given. It starts with the way she carries herself, her posture, her movement, her gaze. Everything about her radiates confidence and self-assurance. She walks with purpose, not hesitation. She doesn't shrink herself, and she doesn't move through the world as if she is asking for permission to exist. She takes up space because she knows she deserves to. She does not rush to fill silences with unnecessary words, nor does she feel the need to explain herself to those who do not understand her. She is comfortable in her own skin, and this level of self-acceptance is felt by everyone around her. Her voice holds weight not because she shouts, but because she speaks with intention. When she talks, people listen, not because she demands their attention, but because there is depth in her words. She doesn't speak just to be heard. She speaks when she has something meaningful to say. She understands the power of her voice, and she uses it wisely. She doesn't gossip, doesn't complain endlessly, and doesn't waste energy proving herself. Instead, her words carry wisdom, clarity, and strength. She has mastered the art of saying more with less, and that alone makes people take her seriously. She doesn't beg for respect, and she certainly doesn't tolerate disrespect. She does not engage in arguments that do not serve her. She does not entertain people who try to undermine her worth. She does not need to shout or fight to be valued. Her energy alone makes it clear that she is not someone to be taken lightly. She knows her boundaries, and she enforces them with quiet confidence. She does not allow herself to be treated as an option, as an afterthought, or as someone who can be disrespected without consequences. She does not need to threaten, manipulate, or demand anything. She simply walks away from anything that does not align with her standards. Respect is not something she asks for, it is something she embodies. It is in the way she remains calm in difficult situations, in the way she does not let other people's opinions define her, in the way she chooses to respond rather than react. She understands that power is not in aggression, but in control. She does not allow her emotions to control her, and because of that, she exudes a sense of strength that is rare and admirable. She is selective with her time and energy. She does not give her attention to just anyone. She does not surround herself with negativity, drama, or people who drain her. She is kind, but she is not a people pleaser. She is compassionate, but she is not a pushover. She understands that being respected does not mean being liked by everyone, and she is perfectly fine with that. She does not live for the approval of others. She lives according to her own values. Her presence is magnetic because she is authentic. There is nothing fake about her, nothing forced. She is who she is, unapologetically. She does not try to be someone she's not to gain acceptance. She does not pretend to be less intelligent, less ambitious, or less confident to make others feel comfortable. She stands firmly in who she is, and that is exactly why people respect her. She does not chase anyone's validation, nor does she feel the need to prove herself to those who do not appreciate her. She knows her worth, and because of that, she naturally attracts the right kind of people into her life. She builds relationships based on mutual respect, not desperation. She does not need to manipulate or control others to earn their admiration. People respect her because they can feel that she respects herself. She commands a room not with loudness but with presence. She doesn't have to fight for attention. People are simply drawn to her. And it is not because she demands respect, it is because she carries herself in a way that leaves no other option but to respect her. She has high standards and boundaries, not out of arrogance, but because she values herself too much to accept anything that doesn't align with her worth. She does not settle for less than she deserves, not because she thinks she is better than others, but because she understands her own value. She knows that her time, energy, and presence are precious, and she refuses to give them away to people or situations that do not respect them. This does not mean she is difficult or demanding. It simply means she is clear about what she will and will not tolerate. She does not entertain half-hearted efforts, inconsistent behavior, or empty promises. She does not cling to relationships that drain her, nor does she hold on to people who treat her as an afterthought. She has learned that love, attention, and validation that come at the cost of her self-respect are never worth it. She does not compromise her standards just to be liked. She is not afraid to walk away from situations that do not meet her expectations. She understands that the right people will rise to meet her standards, while the wrong ones will fall away. And she is perfectly fine with that. She does not lower the bar just to make things easier for others. She holds it high, knowing that those who truly belong in her life will have no problem reaching it. She is selective with who she allows into her life, not because she is cold or unkind, but because she understands that the people she surrounds herself with have an impact on her energy, her mindset, and her overall well-being. She does not entertain toxic relationships, does not keep company with people who drain her, and does not allow negativity to take root in her space. She chooses quality over quantity every time, and that is why the connections she does have are deep, meaningful, and fulfilling. She is not afraid of being alone. She does not stay in relationships out of fear of loneliness, nor does she accept less than she deserves just for the sake of having someone. She knows that solitude is far better than being in the wrong company. She understands that true love, true friendships, and true success are worth waiting for, and she is patient enough to hold out for what she truly deserves. She does not rush into things, does not force connections, and does not cling to what is not meant for her. When she sets a boundary, she does not second guess it. She does not feel guilty for saying no. She does not allow others to manipulate her into breaking her own rules. She understands that boundaries are not walls meant to keep people out, but guidelines that teach others how to treat her. She knows that people who truly respect her will also respect her boundaries, while those who try to push past them were never meant to stay in her life anyway. Her standards extend to every area of her life. In relationships, she expects honesty, effort, and consistency. In friendships, she values loyalty, trust, and mutual support. In her career, she demands growth, fulfillment, and respect. In her personal life, she prioritizes self-care, peace, and happiness. She refuses to settle for mediocrity because she knows she is capable of so much more. She does not engage in meaningless drama or waste time on things that do not add value to her life. She is focused, intentional, and disciplined. She invests her energy wisely, knowing that what she allows into her life ultimately shapes her future. She does not seek validation through external achievements, nor does she base her worth on how others perceive her. She defines her own success and lives by her own rules. Some people may misunderstand her. They may call her too picky, too high maintenance, or too difficult, but she does not let these opinions shake her. She knows that having standards does not make her unapproachable, it makes her powerful. She is not looking for approval. She is looking for what aligns with her values, and she refuses to accept anything less. The truth is, she has worked too hard to build herself up to allow anything or anyone to bring her down. She has faced challenges, overcome setbacks, and grown into the woman she is today. She refuses to let all that effort go to waste by settling for a life that does not match her worth. She stands firm in her expectations, knowing that they are not too high, they are just right for the person she has become. And because of that, she continues to attract the kind of love, success, and happiness that others only dream of. She leaves a lasting impact not because of how she looks, but because of how she makes people feel. There is something unforgettable about her presence, something that lingers even after she has left the room. It's not about beauty in the traditional sense. It's about an energy, a confidence, a sense of depth that makes people remember her long after their interaction is ended. She does not just exist in people's lives, she leaves an impression that stays with them. When she speaks, people listen not because she demands attention, but because her words carry meaning. She speaks with intention, choosing her words carefully, never wasting them on things that do not matter. She does not engage in empty conversations just to fill the silence. When she talks, she speaks with depth, wisdom, and authenticity. People walk away from conversations with her feeling enlightened, inspired, or understood. They remember her because she made them feel something real. She has a presence that cannot be ignored. Even in a crowded room, there is something about her that makes people take notice. It's not just about the way she looks or what she wears, it's about the way she carries herself. She walks with purpose, with grace, with certainty. She does not try to blend in or seek approval. She simply exists in her most authentic form, and that alone makes her stand out. People may not always be able to explain why they are drawn to her, but they feel it. She makes people feel seen. In a world where most people are too distracted to truly pay attention, she listens. She looks people in the eye, gives them her full presence, and makes them feel valued. She does not just wait for her turn to speak, she listens to understand. And because of that, people remember her as someone who truly cared, someone who made them feel important, someone who made them feel like they mattered. Her energy is unforgettable. It's not forced, not something she tries to create, it's simply who she is. There is something magnetic about her, something that pulls people in. It's not about being the loudest person in the room or the most extravagant. It's about an unspoken power, a quiet confidence, a natural glow that makes her stand apart. She does not try to be interesting, she simply is. Her passion, her curiosity, her ability to be fully present, these are the things that make her captivating. She treats people with kindness, but she is not a people pleaser. She does not try to be liked by everyone, nor does she change herself to fit in. Her kindness is genuine, her warmth is real, but she does not compromise who she is for the sake of approval. She understands that true impact comes not from trying to be everything to everyone, but from being fully herself and allowing the right people to be drawn to her. She does not force connections, she does not chase people, does not beg for attention, does not try to make people stay. She knows that those who are meant to be in her life will naturally gravitate toward her, and those who are not will fade away. And she is okay with that. She does not try to hold on to people who do not appreciate her. Instead, she focuses on those who truly see her, those who value her presence, those who recognize her worth. People remember her because she adds something meaningful to their lives. She inspires without trying, influences without forcing, and leaves an impression without seeking validation. She does not try to make people remember her, yet they do. Because of the way she carries herself, because of the way she treats others, because of the way she lives her life with passion and authenticity. She is the kind of person people think about long after she is gone, the kind of person who leaves a mark, not because she tried to be unforgettable, but because she simply was. Her impact is not temporary, it lasts because she lives with purpose, because she speaks with intention, because she exists in a way that demands to be remembered not through force, but through authenticity. She embraces her femininity with confidence, understanding that true strength and power lie in fully owning who she is. She does not see femininity as a weakness, nor does she feel the need to suppress it in order to be taken seriously. She knows that being feminine does not mean being fragile, and being soft does not mean being powerless. She carries herself with grace, with elegance, with an undeniable presence that commands both respect and admiration. She is the embodiment of balance, strong yet gentle, bold yet graceful, confident yet humble. Her femininity is not performative, it is natural, effortless. She does not try to fit into society's expectations of what a woman should be. She defines that for herself. She embraces her unique expression of femininity, whether that means being nurturing, ambitious, playful, or mysterious. She does not limit herself to one definition because she understands that femininity is vast, deep, and multifaceted. She moves through life with an intuitive understanding of herself, unafraid to express her emotions, her desires, and her true essence. She understands the power of softness. She does not mistake kindness for weakness, nor does she believe that being gentle makes her any less strong. She knows that true confidence is not in aggression but in control. She does not react impulsively, does not lash out to prove her dominance, does not feel the need to overpower others to establish her presence. She has mastered the art of responding rather than reacting, of speaking with purpose rather than noise. And because of this, people listen when she speaks. They respect her not just for what she says, but for how she carries herself. She is emotionally intelligent, deeply aware of her own feelings and the emotions of those around her. She is not ruled by her emotions, but she does not suppress them either. She understands that emotions are a source of power when embraced with wisdom. She allows herself to feel deeply, to love deeply, to care deeply, yet she does so without losing herself. She does not let emotions control her, nor does she allow them to be manipulated by others. She stands firm in her self-awareness, knowing when to open her heart and when to protect it. Her presence is magnetic because it is rare. In a world that often glorifies hardness, she dares to be soft. In a society that tells women to suppress their natural instincts in order to succeed, she thrives by embracing them. She moves with a quiet confidence, never forcing anything, never chasing, never needing to prove herself. She lets things flow, understanding that true power is in surrender, not in control. She takes care of herself not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. She nourishes her body with love, moves with grace, and presents herself in a way that reflects the love she has for herself. She does not seek validation through external appearances, but she understands that the way she carries herself is a reflection of her inner world. She prioritizes self-care not as an act of vanity, but as an act of self-respect. She attracts effortlessly because she is in tune with herself. She does not chase attention, yet it finds her. She does not beg for love, yet she is deeply loved. She does not need to seek approval, yet she is admired. This is not by accident, it's because she has stepped fully into who she is. She radiates an energy that is undeniable, an aura that is both comforting and captivating. She is a woman who understands the power of both strength and softness. She knows that she can be independent without rejecting support, that she can be nurturing without being self-sacrificing, that she can be beautiful without being objectified. She does not exist for others, she exists for herself, and that is what makes her so desirable. She does not need to announce her worth, it is felt. She does not need to fight for her place in the world, she simply takes it. She is both a force and a mystery, both fire and water, both fierce and delicate. She is untamed yet deeply grounded, free yet deeply rooted in who she is. She understands that femininity is not a limitation, but a gift, a powerful force that, when embraced fully, makes her unstoppable. And because of this, she moves through life not just as a woman, but as a presence, an energy, an essence that is impossible to ignore.